I'm burning way past cool. You know I'm burning way past cool.
The Gerudo are a fierce warrior race made up of all female thieves. They are exotic western beauties found within the great desert lands bordering Hyrule. The harsh living conditions of the desert have forced them to plunder and steal in order to survive. Living in these harsh climates has turned them into hardened warriors and formidable thinkers. They have a deep-seated hatred for their Hylian neighbors that is mutual between the two races. However, in order to reproduce, they have resorted to flirting and even kidnapping other races such as Hylians who are taken on as boyfriends or a type of male concubine. So let me get this right. The Gerudo have some type of harem. Ladies, prime Hylian meat right here. What? The Gerudo are hot. But back to the point, the capturing of males is seen during Link's trek through their fortress in Ocarina of Time. On the topic of reproducing the Gerudo, we come to Ganondorf, the only known male Gerudo. One male is born into the tribe every 100 years. Now when it comes to the Gerudo lore, we have 2, maybe 3 that don't fall into the typical nameless garden servant role. We have the Sage Narabu, the witches Kame and Kotake, and finally the King of Evil himself, Ganon. Now you can learn about these characters by playing Ocarina of Time, but what if I told you there are 2 major Gerudo characters that have been overlooked all along? There are 2 Zelda titles for the Game Boy Color called Oracle of Seasons and Ages. I'm about to prove the 2 major villains for these titles belong to the Gerudo race. Let's start with the antagonist of Ages, Varan. She's a tall, well-built woman with red hair and unnaturally dark skin, which are all common traits of most Gerudo women. With physiology out of the way, let's move on to culture. Varan describes herself as a sorceress of shadows. We already know from the twin witches Kame and Kotake, Gerudo are capable of magic. While they both specialize in fire and ice, Varan excels in dark magic, something heavily used by Ganon himself. Now look at her clothing. It's filled with purples and has an exposed body cut showing off her goods, just like the clothing of most Gerudos. Also, if that wasn't enough, she has large Gerudo symbols on both the shoulders of her dress. Bam! I'd say that's pretty much a proven Gerudo. Why would she adopt a symbol on her attire unless it has something to do with her heritage? Next is the enemy of sages called General Onox. Yep, that's right, he's the second born male Gerudo. Let's look at his body type first. He's a very large man, easily towering over others, very similar to the imposing Ganondorf. He's quite muscular and seen to be very physically powerful, just like the King of Evil. Now, when moving on to his attire, we see he wears heavy gold and iron armor, strikingly similar to the design of the Iron Knuckle. Now, in Ocarina of Time, Link fights an Iron Knuckle that is revealed to be the Gerudo Sage Narabu. Also, when the thick armor has been dropped by any Iron Knuckle in Ocarina of Time or Majora's Mask, you can clearly see they have a female form with a bust and wide hips, clearly visible. To top it all off, all Iron Knuckles share the same Gerudo face under their mask. This is also the face of a unique Gerudo, and is not the reused Narabu face located under the boss Iron Knuckle from the Spirit Temple. So now I've proven the Iron Knuckles are a part of Gerudo culture, it makes sense Onyx would embrace that as his identity. Not to mention, both armor sets have large skirt-like designs down the legs as opposed to a set of armored pants. Both Onyx and Ganon have a small part of material with Gerudo markings on their outfits located here and here. And to top it all off, smack bang, in the middle of his chest plate, you guessed it, the Gerudo symbol. I'd call that plenty proof. That blow your mind, Zelda fans? Good, but I'm not done yet. So we have 2 very powerful Gerudos, but why aren't they seen as such a big of a fuss as, say, Ganon, especially Onyx? Another male would be a big deal for the tribe, don't you think? So here's what I think. It's made very clear early on, Onyx is a brute force type of guy, and Varan is good with magic. Well, I think they haven't been made a big fuss over simply because Ganon is the better Gerudo than both of them. You see, throughout the entire Zelda series, Ganon has been shown as both mighty in muscle and magic. Having both Gerudo ideals to such a high standard simply eclipses mastery over one or the other. As a warrior race, they value strength, and witches show that few possess the potential for magic. All 3 of these characters also possess alternate beast forms, Onyx as a dragon, Varan as several creatures, and Ganon as a giant pig. While these are all impressive with the Triforce of power at his command, Ganon stands above the rest. Hey guys, thanks for watching. That was my video on a Gerudo Theory and Lore. I hope you enjoyed it. I worked really hard on it, and if you like what you saw, click that little subscribe button and you'll never miss another Bitbolt. And I've got 2 more videos I'm going to suggest you today. The first one is my connecting canon where I prove Devil May Cry and Bayonetta take place in the same universe. That one's really good. And the other one is my Let's Play on Skullgirls. I do funny voice acting, I go for the story, and it's a whole lot of fun. If you guys ever want to look for my stuff, remember that's Bitbolt, the fastest gamer alive, and just look for the little blue dragon. He's like my icon. So yeah guys, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and leave me a comment, leave me a like, and yeah, let me know what you thought about the video. Thanks guys, and I'll see you later.